Hello, Mihisa. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you, Mihisa? Are you doing good?
Yes, I'm all the way in Africa right now, but I'm doing okay.
Okay, so where do you work currently, Mihisa?
So I work in a bank.
Okay, like in
It's
a
called yeah, but I didn't put that on my resume because and it's not relevant to what I'm looking for.
okay. I have gone through the job description, and I was just
Okay.
trying to know, like, let's say, what you're working, what's your expertise in, just trying to get along with you. That's it.
Okay. So I'm using my phone. I'm hoping I'm getting everything.
Yeah, it's no worries because we are going to go have a bunch of discussion. You can record it, you can keep it for the mind as well. Because since you are going to prepare for the interviews, you actually won't get much time for getting about the slides, theories, and also I'll put the things orally for you. I'll put the discussions orally for you. I've put some of the slides in place and I'll explain each slide in detail. You can record it and keep it with you so that it will be very easy for you to go ahead. Apart from that, I'll be providing you the links and I'll, like, let's say 50 different questions asked in interviews, because in Oracle it's going to be a bit twisted. So I'll make sure that I do that. Okay. And also I'll provide the links that contains the sufficient informations, let's say directly from the Oracle, and we will be going ahead and getting all the things done, and it will be a 2 hours class for the entire 5 days. Okay. So I'll make sure that you cover all the required concepts, whatever is needed. So yeah,
Okay.
hi. Yeah, hi Himanshu.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mihisa, before proceeding further, I would like to know about you a bit, and let's say about what has been your expertise, what has been your area of working. Please go ahead and let me know that.
Sure. My name is Meheza. I have experience in um, banking, and then I did a career switch. Like back in 2015, I went
Okay.
ahead and I went to a vocational school. So
Okay.
that's where I learned data administration. And then I had the chance to work with a company called US Business Administration and another one called PNC Bank. And I've been doing data administration with both companies. And right now
Okay.
I am on a contract and it's ending end of December. So I'm looking for a better or another opportunity.
Okay. 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 So you don't have any mere expertise into like, let's say, Oracle database complete, or do you have only done the support thing? You're not acquainted with the theoretical parts of the Oracle database administration, if I have understood that one correct?
You asking if I have the Oracle
Yes.
administration
Theoretical
experience?
knowledge. Yeah, theoretical
I
knowledge, I'm
do.
asking.
I do.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do
Okay.
actually.
Okay. So, speaking about myself, I have 3+ years of working in production in Oracle. In production
Hmm.
environment directly, I have worked on. My vendor was a bank itself. That's the reason why I asked, because I know what's the methods of the bank, and I have been teaching from the past 6 months. I have taught from about to the people from bank of from Ghana, Zambia, Tanzania, currently from PNG. Okay, so these
Okay.
all are the places, and I deal my expertise in learning in EBS system administration, Oracle database, multi-tenant architecture, backup and recovery. Okay, and apart from that, I have the expertise in working in e-business suite, install, patch, maintenance, then general ledger, application system administrator, and all. Apart from these, I have the expertise of teaching in PostgreSQL database and administration as well. Given the fact that you
Okay.
had the job description which you had provided me, Mihisa, I had gone through it, and it is with Oracle. And I have also seen your resume, Mihisa. So to be very honest, the amount of effort or the time that you are going to give it over here, okay, it will only be helpful to you a fraction of it. I'll say only one third. The rest two third they will be asking you purely on the basis of whatever experience you are having. So I
Yes.
believe in your resume you have mentioned about the automation. So they will be asking you how you are going to how automation is going to help them. And if they're looking for a technical support, that is IC4 plus career, they will be looking for you prioritize real life experience in Golden Gate, a prioritized real life experience in RSC, a real life experience in moving the objects from on-prem to cloud, because that's what the exact requirement they had for me, as I remember. So they said me very clearly that you have a very good technical knowledge, but we are not looking for a person with only theoretical knowledge, but we are going to look for a person with only practical knowledge. So given
Okay.
your practical knowledge and whatever practical you're having, it would be sufficient for you as well. Okay. And as of the theoretical parts are concerned, some of the parts I will discuss with you orally over here. And I will share, I'll ask Himanshu to share me your email ID. Okay. So that I'll be sharing with you the documents and you can go ahead and read it. Moreover, that I'll ask
Okay.
him to share it. Yeah. So that I will be giving you the top 50 questions or the top 60 questions required for a particular skill. Let's say for table spaces, what are the top 50 questions that might be asked in an Oracle interview? I can ask you about that as well, because 5 days and also lots and lots of things they have expected from you. Let's say Linux, they have expected networking, they have expected then expertise in Golden Gate, they have expected expertise in Rack, they have expected. So as per the job description that you have given me, it's going to be a bit challenging. But let's see how much we can go ahead and do it. Okay. So
Did
initially
you
we
say
will
it's going
start.
to be a big challenge because the name the role, it looks like it's like level 4. It's
Yes,
level
it's
4. Yeah. So okay.
so it is going to
I
be a challenge because I had given for level 2, and honestly believe me, they did everything went fine. I was able to answer them, but they looked at my resume and said me, you don't have the expertise in working in it, so we are not hiring you.
Wow.
So things were very well for me. I was well versed with the theory. I was ready to go ahead and expert, but they demanded that. So for you,
Wow.
I will say the theory part, whatever you're going to spend the 10 hours over here, it will be just a fresh up or warm up for you. Please, whatever knowledge you are having, just put that entire knowledge in the interview, and we can hope for the best, because we don't know what God has kept in it for us. Correct?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
my question is, you asked for my email. Will you be sending me the type of question they will be asking?
I will be sending you the links. There are online sets of questions ranging from the beginner to advanced level questions. Okay, I'll be searching those questions for you, and I'll put those questions. I'll put that link directly, because there is no time, and you are having a very such short notice. Even you are busy, and even I am on my vacation as well. Just I got an urgent requirement. That's why I said, okay, let's take this one up, because someone needs help from me. So I'm even on my
So,
vacation. Yeah, please go ahead.
so about the notice, they said I have until the end of the month to schedule an interview. Now, I can always push it down if we need more time because I
Okay,
only did it
so
on the 18th. Yeah, I believe I have until the 23rd or the 24th to set up an interview.
okay. So this week I am on leave from my current company. I work in a different company. Okay. So
Okay.
this week I
Yeah.
am on leave. And next week maybe I'll be in Bahrain or Doha somewhere, or maybe in Turkey as well. So delivering the batches. Okay. So it
Okay.
won't be very much it won't be possible for me to go ahead and give you the batch further. But I can provide you the support via email or WhatsApp as well.
You
Okay.
say it's not going to be possible for you to do what? I'm sorry.
No, no. I said after this week, it won't be possible for me to take the batch. Okay.
Okay, like the
Yeah.
batch you mean like schedule other
This one.
people's? Okay. Okay.
This meeting with you, it won't be possible after this week, to be very
I
honest.
got
So
you.
I have only this 1 week to help you out.
So how many other times do we have?
Sorry, come again.
I know after today we're gonna have longer sessions.
We
And
will
how
be
many
having
other times?
2 2 hour sessions each day. We will be having 2 2 hour sessions each day till Friday. Okay.
Okay.
2 2 hour sessions we'll be having in at this particular time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I hope that's completely okay with you because even I have some time constraints as well.
No worries. Actually, um, I requested for it to be 8:30, right? Eastern time. It could be way before that.
No, this time is okay for me. I'll be back from
Okay,
whatever vacation I am in and I can sit and discuss the time with you.
I got you. Okay. It works for me too.
Okay, that's fine. So I will be taking your email from Imanshu and I will be sending you out all the required docs, whatever is required to read out as well. Okay. Or let's say some of the docs where you might get some questions as well. So like that, I will be deciding how to do what to do and I will send out the things to you. You have to bear this a bit for me. I need to find research and then I'll send you. So now we will go with the theory. I will be showing you some of the diagrammatic things, okay? And I will show you some
Okay.
of the basic things today, and then we can conclude our entire session for the day. So we will start
Okay.
it. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Did you hear where? I mean, did you like this is the first time I'm meeting with them, right? And they're saying to come up with a time where I use my skills to achieve one of my goals. I don't know if you read that part where they are saying that during the interview is going to be 25 minutes. They're trying to kind of like scan me and see who I am, what my intentions are, and to be ready to explain something about a goal that I reach by using the skills that I have. I guess it has to do something with the data administration and the experience that I have working
Okay.
as a data administrator.
Okay. Mihiza, are you diabetic? Are you diabetic or do you have blood pressure, something like that? Do you have any of those things? No?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just make sure you have something to control your adrenaline rush in that 25 minutes. They're going to flip you like anything. They're
Yes.
basically going to play along with your mind and they're going to confuse you a bit, let's say, or they're going to put you in a traumatic situation, maybe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to be very honest, just rely on your skills as well. It's going to help you a lot. Oracle with Oracle, still we people dream of working, and you are lucky that you have scheduled an interview with Oracle as well.
Thank
Okay.
you. You know, I've been looking for so long, and the first time someone is giving me an opportunity is with Oracle. I've been looking, so I'm glad I have this, for them to consider me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Hi, Charanjit. Yeah. So that's all about this. So we will jump into it. Conducts mostly 3 rounds of interviews. Okay. So the first round will be with the HR person who will be discussing with the expectations, the quality, what's the job role and all. And the second round will be involving with a person who will definitely be a manager who will be taking your uh, interview to hire for his own team. And they will be
Yeah.
setting up the expectations as well. They will let you know what are their expectations and all. And if that round is qualified, then there will be another round where the senior management will be consulting with you. That's what the Oracle interview procedure goes on. Asking you the different ways of migration. What are the different ways of migration? How are you planning to migrate your database? What's your planning structure? They're going to ask the questions like that. What will be the answer?
Are you talking about the sizes or the way I move data?
The way you are trying to move your data.
You could do it by exporting, export or import. It depends on the
Okay.
size that you're using. It could be if it's a bigger size, you might want to do a different type of migration, like a different type. Or if those are just like small sizes, you could do export or import. And if it's a bigger data, you could do. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I will go by sizes if you ask me. I need to
Okay.
review all of that to be honest. But
Uh, Okay. Now they will ask you a scenario based question. Let's say, for
mm-hmm.
example, you're trying to do a migration. You're on the day of your migration. You have done it on your non-production and it works successfully. But when you're coming into your production and you have exported your Oracle accounts, logged your accounts on your 12C database and moved your database to 19C, you see you're not able to unlock the Oracle accounts that was present over there in 12C because it is telling that there is a compatibility issue. How do you plan to do the export again? Or let's say you have done the export, taken the backup from the 12C, but you are not able to import the backup in your 19C, and because it is showing a compatibility issue. How do you plan to resolve it?
Those are good questions.
I have done
I
it. I
will
have
have
that
to practice
experience.
on.
Don't worry, I'll tell you the
Mm,
answer. You just try to figure out what's the answer, or else I'll tell you the answers. No worries.
mm. Okay. So can you tell me the answer? I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. There is a parameter known as the compatibility parameter that is need to be put with the export. The compatibility parameter needs to be put with the export. That will that will help your dump files to be present in an importable manner to a higher database. You need to put your compatibility is equal to 19C. Then in your 19C database, it will be importing successfully. That is needed. Okay.
So
Next.
basically, I will have to make the 12, the new database, the one I'm importing to, I will have to make it compatible so that it can receive the exports.
No, no. You have to pass a parameter in your export command, which is known as a compatible. Compatible parameter
Okay.
is a parameter in your export command, which you need to put it in your export while you are taking it. Then those dumps can be imported into the higher version of the database.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. The next question for you, Mihiza. Are you ready? Let me put
Go
you through
ahead.
some questionnaires. Let me put you through some questionnaires. We'll start with the theories tomorrow. Let me put you through some
No.
questionnaires.
Okay. How about you give me
Yeah,
those I study and then you ask me again tomorrow to see how I'm doing.
we will have some set of discussions as well. I plan to do that. Okay,
Okay.
so that you
Okay,
will be
go
have
ahead.
the easiness.
Say,
Yeah.
okay, ask me.
Okay. So let's say uh, what has happened that you are trying to run an export. Okay,
Okay.
but that query went wrong. It means the query is not visible anywhere in the OEM or any other place, but you are not able to view it, not able to kill it at all. You tried kill -9, you tried killing it from the OEM, nowhere it is visible, but only in the database you can see that the SQL is running. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
of that particular rock query, you are not able to start any type of export. This is a scenario based question. Okay,
Okay.
because of that particular rock query, you are not able to start any type of export import operation in that particular database. How are you going to resolve it?
I will want to check and see if it has something to do with the storage. Maybe I have too much. I will want to
No,
clean.
it is telling
No?
you that no, it is telling you the
Mhm.
scenario is the SQL is wrong. Okay, the SQL is wrong. It is not found in the OEM. You cannot kill the SQL. Okay. And
Okay.
because of that, but that SQL is shown, it is running in the background. It is running in the database, but you cannot kill them, nor can you kill it from OEM, or let's say through the process through the PGL level. You cannot even do that as well. You tried running flushing your share pool, you tried doing everything, but it is not happening. How do you fix it? Okay, I'll
So
give
if
you a
the
simple.
SQL is wrong, maybe I will want to look at the command and see if I type everything correctly.
No, SQL is wrong. When I said, that means the SQL is not visible. It cannot be killed, nor it can be fetched, nor it can be tuned. You need to
Okay,
understand that of the question. Okay.
gotcha.
Second,
Yeah.
second part of the question. They are telling I ran an export statement. After that, the export command, any command I try to run, it is not running. So there is no issue with the command because the export started fine for that particular SQL ID. There is some issue with the database. So what you need to do is, it that initial thing applies, that we have something called as the export binary. The export binary gets corrupted in those cases. So you need to have a talk with Oracle, or you can reinstall those export binaries and restart your entire database again for your export and import queries to be carried. This is your
Okay.
answer to the question. Isn't it a bit exciting?
It is. I feel like I have a lot to work on.
Okay. Next, next question for you. See, these are some of the questions they ask, and I just want you to discuss the levels with you. Okay. So
Yes.
the next question they will ask, let's say, for example, uh, we have, uh, we have processes and sessions. Okay.
Right.
That is
Yes.
required to make sure that how many number of active connections we are having in the database. So question starts for you. Let's say a database has the number of sessions and processes maxed out. Okay. There are no further connections can be made to the database. You cannot connect at all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yeah.
cron jobs are failing, your backups are failing, everything is failing. You're not able to connect to your database at all. How do you bring your database up? Think. I want you to think.
I want to say I need to open the database. I need to open it
Yes.
first and then connect to it.
See, you cannot connect to the database at all. You as a administrator also, you cannot connect to the database.
Yes.
What they're asking is, what are the ways, how can we start the database if we cannot connect a single time to the database as
We'll have to open it first.
well? Okay, so I'll tell you the answer. The first
Okay.
condition, imagine the scenario now. Okay, I want you to visualize it. The scenario
Mhm.
is, the database is not accepting any connections. First thing, any connections means sysdba also it is not accepting.
Okay.
Okay. Second, when you try to use srvctl, then also it is becoming unresponsive in nature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Srvctl usage also is not fruitful. So what you need to do is restart your db server.
That's what I was
Apply,
gonna say. Oh my goodness. I need to start
use,
it.
you
I
need
need
to
to
do
start the
crsctl.
database.
Yeah.
Okay.
CRSCTL, do CRSCTL. So once you do the CRSCTL, I'm talking when we are having rack and exadata inform as well. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
CRSCTL will make sure that your entire server is getting restarted. So once your server is restarted, all the existing connections or all the inactive connections will be killed. Now,
Okay.
you have mentioned automation. Okay. A
Mm-hmm.
question comes for you now. Suppose you are from the application team. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a particular database. So there are some certain services in your applications that are running that generate a lot of inactive users. Okay. Because of that, lots of generation of the inactive users, the number of connections made to your database gets maxed out during the non-business hour. Now the question comes here, how do we fix this issue with the help of automation.
We'll have to schedule some backups using cron tabs.
Well, backups will only clear your archive files. I am telling of the inactive users. You still have the inactive users in place. You're not able to clear your inactive users because in the non-business hours also your services are generating a lot of inactive users, because of which your database is getting maxed out with the number of connections. So for so for this question, the answer is, first you need to understand the concept of inactive users. Inactive users are those users who do not connect to the database, but they have a false connection made. And for this inactive users, the number of connectivity with a database decreases. For example, your database has 500 connections at max. Okay, your your services, whatever you are running, it is generating, let's say, 30 inactive users per day, 30 inactive sessions per day. Okay, so out of this 30 means within, let's say, 10 days, almost 95% of your connections will be used up. Okay,
Mm,
300, 30 per day means for in 10 days it is coming 300. So out of 500, your 300 connections are already inactive now. Out of those 200 connectivity, for the next 2 to 3 days, your database might accept certain connections. Like 200 connections means whenever we are doing SQL plus as SDBA, that is also a connection that is coming. Okay, so that's
mhm.
how we are connecting to our database. So the scenario comes here is, whenever my database is coming in a non-business hour, even if no one is using the database, the services that are running, that are generating a certain number of inactive sessions. So let's say if I have 500 sessions, okay, if I have 500 maximum connectivity sessions to my database, 400 is getting filled within 1 hour, and that
Okay.
is impacting my database connectivity with the users who want to connect in. So the answer to the question will be, we will be setting a automatic killing session of the inactive users. So whenever we will create a trigger point, at that particular trigger point, when we get the number of inactive sessions are exceeding that trigger point, it will go ahead and kill all the inactive sessions that are present in our database. That will gradually keep our number of inactive connections down in the database, without hampering any kind of issues, without hampering anything in the database that is present. That is one workaround. Second workaround is, we need to schedule our services to stop after a certain amount of time using the automation. Okay,
Mhm.
we need to make sure that our services are getting stopped when they're not in use, so that they will not generate the inactive sessions. And we will be doing the cleanups as well. That also we can schedule using the cron tab. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
within, yeah, we can do the cleanups by setting up the cron tab, and cron tab itself will uh, do the cleanups of whatever inactive sessions it want to clear. We can put the conditions accordingly. So is the question and the relevant answer understood, Nisa?
Understood.
Okay, so this level of questions you are going to get, believe me, and we need to prepare for that.
That's right. I think I need to, if I get the kind of questions, I can just practice. And then tomorrow, if you ask me the same question, I should be able to explain it and know exactly how to answer, and so that they are
Let me see.
convinced.
Let me see, because today I have not prepared anything, because I wanted to talk with you and understand your expectations. Okay, so
Me
basically I
too.
will be
Me too, actually.
okay. I wanted to understand what your exact expectations are and how do you expect me to cooperate with you. Okay, now
Okay,
there
that's a
is
good
one more.
question.
Okay, so there
Now,
is,
this is.
yeah, please go ahead.
Mhm.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead, Nisa.
So I was gonna say, First of all, I've been applying for a lot of jobs out there. Now, the one that I sent, the resume that I sent to Oracle for them to pick me, I will have to find that and send it to you. I think it's better we go from that resume so that I see exactly what they have on their side. I should be able to go back to my list in LinkedIn and see um, what the actual resume that they do have. Now, based on that, you can maybe look at it and tell me the type of question they will be asking, so that I can practice on those type of questions.
Please, I will be happy enough to assist you in that manner.
Okay. Now, probably by the end of the day, I will get that resume and I will send you a copy of it in our group, so that if you can, anytime you can before tomorrow, you can just send me what you want me to practice on, so that tomorrow I can better answer your questions.
These are some of the examples of the questions I gave you from what I had faced, and these questions were actually asked to me. Whatever questions were asked to you, I asked you. These were
Mhm.
the questions that were asked to me. They were satisfied with the answer, but since they saw, since they, let's say, didn't find the experience of working, they simply rejected me. That's it. And it was
Say
not the
that one
case.
more time.
Okay. So these questions they asked me, I had answered the
Yes.
questions very well. But since in
Mm-hmm.
my resume, my experience level of working with these technologies were not there, or maybe let's say they wanted it to be specific or working technology on this, which I did not
Yeah.
have, so they did not select me out. But in your case, since you have the experience, you should be able to answer these theoretical concepts. They will hire you
Right.
out. You won't face any kind of issues. But we don't know
Mm-hmm.
what can happen during the we don't know what can
The
happen during the
interview.
interview. So let's be
Right.
prepared for the worst case.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So
All right.
coming next, yeah, coming next, um, if I have to make you understand about the Oracle architecture, okay? So the
Mm-hmm.
architecture of Oracle and some other DBs are quite different. So if someone is going to ask you, let's say, about the difference between the architecture of Oracle and PostgreSQL, you must be aware about the Oracle part, because
Right.
PostgreSQL they will not ask you. As I have seen there, just 1 minute. Let me see the job description again. Uh, just one. Give me 1 minute.
Sure.
So I see four.
Oh, I don't. Okay. What were you asking me? Like, I didn't record today. Probably by tomorrow I will do that. But
All session will
um,
be recorded from our end. Okay, so I will share the drive link so you can download from there. Okay, no
okay,
worries.
that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if I understand you well, you are saying that you will be sending me a set of questions related to my job description, and then I will be practicing on that one until we meet tomorrow. Is that correct?
Tomorrow we will start the sessions. Today what you can do is you can just sit and relax. Okay, you need to
Okay.
have confidence in your trainer. I'll be making sure that you learn the concepts. Okay, so don't worry about that. Today was just an
Okay.
introductory session. It's like it happened at a very short notice, and moreover I
So
came
the
last minute
thing
from.
the thing
Yeah,
with
please go.
me is this is the kind of problem I have. I might know it, but because I'm facing, like, I'm in front of a recruiter, somebody who has the power to decide what to do with me, it's just even if I know it, I will have to use it. I get nervous and I don't even know how to say it. That's something I have to practice on, like explain, be convincing, and telling them, showing them that I know what I'm talking about. And, even though I don't know everything, to be honest, I don't know everything. But,
Then I'll make sure then I'll make sure that I have certain points for you that you need to remember while answering each and every question, so that you will end it at a specific set of time, at a specific point, and be honest with the recruiter as well, because he is also a human being. He might not know
yeah,
many questions. Okay, so don't worry
yeah.
about it.
Okay.
I'll,
All
we
right.
will deal with those things. Yeah, give me 1 minute.
I need to be successful. Even, like they did say it's 45 minutes, but it's going to be reduced to 25. They just want to know, you know, the skills, talk about something. So that one, I need to come up with that too. Some things that has something to do with data administration, but how I resolved it. And I guess all of that we are doing has something to do with that, but they will have to ask me those kind of questions, or I will have to bring it to them, right? Like I will bring something up and then they will go from there, I'm guessing. Anyway, I think I'm thinking too much.
You
I
obviously
think.
are thinking too much. Okay,
Okay,
so don't worry.
okay, I'll just relax then.
Yeah. So today I will just I'll just tell you about the basic differences between the Oracle architecture and any other, and Postgres probably. Okay.
First Gracia,
So
yes. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So the first difference here comes with how the client gets connected with the database. Okay. In cases of the
Mm-hmm.
Oracle, the client server connection can be direct. Okay. It can be direct. But when we are using the rack or the real application cluster system, or whenever we are using other utilities of Oracle, the various connections will come from the connection pool. Using the a particular algorithm, the a particular connectivity will be sent to the Oracle, and that is
Okay.
done by something which we known as the server process. Okay, or there are dispatchers present. So the dispatchers will be randomly taking up a connection from the connection pool, which where the client must have requested for a Oracle connection, and then they will put the connection to the listener. Or the listener is a port which will be listening to all the connections, which will be authenticating all the connections by using the DNS resolving technique, and then the listener person will be taking our connectivity to the required uh, database and will then confirming the connectivity. So once the listener is making sure that the connection which the client has requested for is established successfully, the listener will not have any more role in that particular connection. This is how the connectivity thing or the entire technical thing happen in cases of Oracle. In cases of PostgreSQL, the PostgreSQL purely has a client-server architecture. The PostgreSQL people do not use any kind of connection pool. Whenever they come for a connection to the server side, whenever the client sends a request to the connection, the particular connection request is picked up by a server, by a background process which is known as the Postgres server process. The Postgres server process will then be helping the client to get connected with the database directly. And then the Postgres server process will not be interfering further in that particular communication. So the key point of the difference is there is a presence of connection pool in cases of Oracle connectivity, whereas there is an absence of connection pool in cases of PostgreSQL. In case of Oracle, the background processes that are responsible for the connection do not help in starting the Oracle databases. Okay. While in cases of PostgreSQL, the background server, that is the Postgres server process, is going to make sure that our database server process or the postmaster process is starting, and then it will be establishing the connection accordingly. So this is what the difference in terms of connectivity in between Oracle and our PostgreSQL. Is the first point of difference understood properly, Mehsa?
Yes, I heard you, but will you send me a copy of all of that so I can take my time and read it?
I will send you a copy, and from tomorrow I will be using the whiteboard to explain you the things. Okay. Today is
Okay.
it's just an introductory thing, so I'm not using it. So since we had a very less time,
Yes.
okay. So tomorrow I will be using the whiteboard to make sure that you understand the things by visualizing it. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Next. Next point of difference is in cases of Oracle, the documents or the data, it can be stored in the form of, it is not stored in the form of objects. It is stored in the form of hierarchy. That is, inside the database, there is a schema. Inside the schema, there is a table. Inside the table, there is rows, columns, indexes,
Mhm.
and then the objects are stored there. So whenever we want to fetch anything, we need to use our SQL query, select star from emp.hr where the employee code is this. Then accordingly, you will be getting your desired result. In cases of PostgreSQL, all the objects, whatever data, whatever table you're creating, whatever schema you're creating, they're all stored in the form of object ID. In the form of object ID. Now, when it comes to object ID, then we need to specify the object ID to retrieve the particular information about that data. So this is the difference between how the data is formed in cases, stored in cases of Oracle and PostgreSQL. This is the second point of difference. Okay. Now, coming to the third point of difference in between Oracle and PostgreSQL. Oracle has a defined, determined community that works on the development, and we have paid versions of Oracle as well. That is the enterprise versions that provide the OEM extended supports as well. But in cases of PostgreSQL, all those supports are not provided. It is a open-ended community structure. It doesn't have any fixed body that is going to deal with. Okay. Next, coming to the next point of difference in between Oracle and PostgreSQL is in cases of Oracle, the export and import are two different utilities that can be taken care by the third party apps like Arman. But in cases of PostgreSQL, we don't have any such explicitly defined Arman third party app. Coming more to the Oracle, we have a sufficient uh, management structure, that is ASM, or the it helps in automatically storage management. Okay. But in cases of our we can also use the file system storage architecture as well in cases of Oracle. But in case of PostgreSQL, only the file system storage is available. There is no such third party app like ASM or to help it manage its different storage structures. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. The next thing that we will be learning about here is the background processes that are involved in our Oracle. With the background process completion, we will end our today's session and we will start the session tomorrow again. Okay. Now, background processes. There are various kind of background processes that are present in our Oracle. Okay. Now, the first background process in our Oracle which we need to learn is about the SMON. The SMON basically helps us in keeping our services up while we are getting connected to our Oracle databases. The SMON helps in performing the recovery processes. Okay. The next thing, I will give you a more detailed instructions about these tomorrow. Do not worry.
Mhm.
Just you need to know what are the different kinds of background processes. Next
Okay.
thing, second thing is about PMON. The PMON helps in keeping the killing the processes that are not running or that is running wrong. The PMON helps in keeping our PGA up to date for a particular session. Okay, the PMON helps us in resolving our services issues, anything that is encountered during a particular session. This is about the PMON. The next thing that here comes is, we know in Oracle we have a AWR report, automatic workload repository report. The
Yes.
automatic workload repository report is managed by a process which we termed as MMON. MMON. So three
Mm-hmm.
processes I said: SMON, PMON, MMON. Okay. Next, the process name is DBWR, or the DB writer process. So, as we know, in cases of Oracle, the data is being retrieved to a particular area in the shared global area known as the buffer cache, on which the manipulations of the data take place. After our data has been changed, just just remember, I'm just telling you the simply theoretical explanation. I'm going to show you tomorrow what is buffer cache and all. Do not worry about it. Okay,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
just understand what is the process. Okay, so I'll
Okay.
repeat again. So whenever the data is being manipulated in the buffer cache, okay, after the manipulation has been completed, the data needs to be written back to the database. Okay, so all that data together, it is written by the database writer into the database. Now, it is always slow. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because it captures both the part that was changed and the part that was not changed from the data in the buffer cache. Okay, since
Okay.
it is going to write everything into the database completely, it is slower and it is always costlier. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
next process is our LGWR. So what our LGWR does, before we understand that, we need to understand a few things. So whenever we are going to do insert, update, delete on our data that is present in the buffer cache, the changes will be recorded and it will be kept as the name of the system change number, or the SCN number. Okay, this SCN number is going to be present in the log files and in the archive logs as well. In the RML
Mm-hmm.
logs, in the backup logs, this SCN number will be present. So with whatever change has been taken place, each change will be recorded with the SCN number. So now, whenever these all changes have been there in the shared global area, it will be moved to the redo log files area.
Mm.
Okay, redo logs. So whenever it is going to go to the redo logs, those changes need to be written into a certain different file, which is known as our redo log file in the database. Now, the only since these changes have been captured, and the LGWR process helps in putting these changes from the shared global area into the database in a separate file, or a redo log file, or an archive log file. When that log file is archived, it is known as our redo log file. Okay. So in cases of our redo log buffer, which is present in the shared global area, whenever from the shared global area, we need to copy the changes to the redo log file, that will be done by our LGWR background process. Okay. Now, next concept. What you must be wondering, what might happen in case if the database is getting crashed? Because by now you must have understood that we have two processes. One is our DBWR, that is writing all the changes and all the documents into the, that is writing all the required changes and all the documents into the database. Another one is our LGWR, and the LGWR is writing only the changes that is made to the database. So you might be wondering what will happen if there is a crash, because we know the changes are getting written. In case of crash, what will happen is we have a particular process that is known as our checkpoint process. The checkpoint process is going to check all the changes that are committed have been copied from the redo log buffer to the redo log files or not. So whatever changes have been committed, all the changes will be put into the redo log files from the redo log buffer by the LGWR. Now, the LGWR will do it when it gets a triggered from the checkpoint. To make sure that the data change is been consistent, what it is done, that all the let's say whatever changes have been done within a interval of 1 minute, sorry, some 30 seconds or 40 seconds, a checkpoint are always been triggered. So checkpoint is the last important process about which we need to know among the background processes in the Oracle. Is the background processes clear and understandable for you, Prince? Is it understandable, the background process?
Yeah, but what will help is for me to read it again, though.
Yeah, I will provide you the links. Don't worry. Tomorrow you will get entire detailed things of that. Okay, just before your
Okay.
classes start. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
All
Are
right.
you now satisfied with the concept, the basic concept? That is, what are the background processes involved and what is the difference between Oracle and some PostgreSQL? Is this basic thing clear?
Yes.
Oh, perfectly fine. So today we end the session here. Okay. And tomorrow we will be back with our original thing. And I'll make sure that each day we cover a bit more concept, because if we are going to go theoretically cover the things and then I need to provide you the documents and all, you need to sit here and listen to me patiently for 1 hour or 1.5 or 2 hours or 2.5 hours like that. I hope you can bear me for that much amount of time.
Is it a lot?
It's up to you. Like, like the US and the African clients, to me, they have always been tolerant. They bear me for, let's say, more than that. So if you can bear me till that, I'll be much happy. You will have to bear me out.
No, no. What are you talking about?
Like me talking, explaining all these concepts to you. Tell me, let me know when you feel you're getting bored by listening my voice. I'll take a bit break so that you can refresh
Oh,
yourself and come back again.
no, no, no. Actually, I'm paying attention, but it's just about how I assimilate things. Like you are talking, I'm listening. But then for me and my own knowledge, I want to read it again and understand it the way I understand it so that I will have more questions for you tomorrow. So you saying
Don't
it, I'm
worry.
understanding. Yes.
Okay, don't worry. Today was all the introduction. I'll explain
Mhm.
these things all to you tomorrow again. Tomorrow again, you
Okay.
will be
Oh,
receiving the
that's
same
how
piece
we
of
want it.
explanation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be helpful. That would be
Okay.
helpful. I just you see the way you're talking right now.
Yeah.
If like I wish if I can talk like you, confident, explaining, that's about it.
It's my
like
job, is, like help guys like you out. It's my job.
I appreciate that. The thing is, my problem right now is that I can understand it, I have an idea, but to explain it is one important thing too. Having the skills to explain, to teach is something, it's something I have to work on.
Okay.
So,
Okay, then you can get your day wrapped up because your day is starting now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get your days wrapped up. We'll meet tomorrow then. Lisa.
Okay.
Okay.